Both of us are too stubborn to ever admit that we're wrong about anything. But we're always arguing the same point and just not succeeding that the other person really has the same point as us. It's like, fuck you, Josh, you're wrong. He's like, I'm saying the same things. You're still wrong.
Dude, we did this for we last week for like a bonus episode, which maybe we will release at some point. Maybe not. But it's for the archives, so maybe you will hear
it. If you know what I'm saying.
And it was just me and Tyler,
nice.
And we tried like a little bit of a different format because it was just two of us. So we were like watching clips,
watching YouTube videos, and then just yelling at each other.
Yeah, basically. It came out really good, but I'm gonna have to like edit out some of the silent parts for where we're just watching a video
where
we're
actually talking about our personal lives, and we're like, yeah, no one gives a shit about this.
Yeah.
How you doing, bud? How you doing, bud?
We literally argued for that's what it is. It's an hour and 45 minutes long. An hour and a half of it is you and I yelling at each other about Overwatch. The last 15 minutes is us being like, yeah, how you mid, man? Yeah. How you doing, bud? That's 100% what it is. It's amazing. It's really funny. It's also really stupid because
it's also really sad and pathetic to listen to.
You and I have this thing where like when we argue for that long on the same subject, we can't take it seriously for that long. So there are a lot of lulls where we're both just tired of yelling at each other and are just like, yeah, shut up, you fucking cunt. And we just say like random shit. And because we were watching clips,
yeah, fair enough,
we had a little bit of a difference, and it ended up being really funny. I was pretty happy with it.
After doing that, I actually got on a huge James Veach or whatever his name is YouTube
British guy.
Yeah, I started watching a bunch of his clips because he's pretty funny. It's really dry.
He's clever.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's clever and
it's what all British people are. And it makes you think that they're funny because they have that funny accent, but it's probably not true.
You can't understand what they're saying. Yeah. Have you heard some
like
of the
whenever you watch John
English
Oliver,
accents?
You're like, this guy must be smart. He's got glasses. He's got a British accent. He's got a TV show on HBO. He has to be a genius.
Then you get to the color of his skin and you're like,
he's white.
Oh, I thought he was. I'm thinking of Noah.
What?
Jeez.
I'm thinking of.
I said he was British as point number 2, and that wasn't a good cue of like.
Yeah,
that's the definition of white. Like when it says when you look up white in the dictionary, it just says a person from Britain.
Well, no, I got John Oliver confused with the guy that replaced Trevor Noah. Yeah. No, they're both British.
We don't talk about Trevor Noah here because Shay always bitches about it. But Trey's in here, so now. Trevor Noah's a badass, and we love him.
wait. What is
the Buddy Boys is in strong support of Trevor Noah. Dispute me right now or be wrong, Shay. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't.
Shay's gonna come over next week and just beat the shit out of you.
Wait, so why doesn't Shay like the guy?
He's apparently he stole jokes from Jay Leno, but
all of his jokes. It's not like he stole one joke. He stole like most of Jay Leno's jokes.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I wouldn't like that guy either.
But there's no like.
Yeah, Shay's justified in this one. Tyler's just too stubborn.
No, because this
all comes back around. We're both too stubborn to admit we're wrong.
It's not. No,
and so is Shay.
Shay is not right here, because what you get from Trevor Noah is new live stuff about current events. Like yeah, sure, his old stand up. If there's stolen content, then that's bad. Yeah. But the stuff he's putting out now is original, written by his writers, and they are funny. Okay,
that's the cardinal rule of comedy. You don't ever steal jokes.
Yeah, it's kind of weak that he stole jokes to get to the point that he's at.
I don't care about that because as a musician, the cardinal rule is steal everything because it's already all out there. 50 years ago, Bach invented all of music, and he was done.
That's a pretty hard statement.
No, I mean,
shit.
It was however many.
Johannes Sebastian Bach.
in the 1650s or 15. Yeah.
Who gives a shit, dude?
Whatever.
You're just weird.
Yeah, he invented all of music. It was all there, and then all we could do is to organize it that aren't as good. It's basically like Einstein existed, and then everything after it has just been accidentally proving him right.
Without Shay here, you really just kind of say like the craziest shit and are
that's
just
not
like
the craziest shit. That's a real legitimate thing. Like I believe that Einstein, okay, right? E equals MC squared plus some other stuff. Everyone in physics, like whenever they find new things in physics, all they do is accidentally prove that Einstein was right. And maybe he didn't predict everything, like, because he's not like a fucking Nostradamus. But like his theories and everything, they still stand up. They still hold up. Like Newtonian physics breaks down in quantum theory, but Einstein's like whole theory of relativity is what started that. So I mean, like everything that we're finding.
Tyler went to school for music. I just want to say that right now.
I'm coming around to this. I'm coming around. So everything that they do that builds off of this, they still just end up finding out that Einstein was right and he got everything good. Bach did this with music before Einstein, and so like music was just organized chaos for a while, and then Bach was like, this is how I write it down, this is a good logical way to progress everything, like these are good ideas, these are bad ideas, I'm gonna just improvise all the time, if it sounds good it's good. And then afterwards all we've done on music has just been like, oh shit, Bach was right. Like even Mozart studied Bach's music.
I mean, you're not wrong,
and
I'm not saying you're wrong. I actually would probably agree with you, but
and because of the way music influences future music, everyone can trace their influence back to Bach. Essentially, who can trace his music influence back further? I mean, even his competitors, even his competitors at the time, like Vivaldi and all these other guys, they heard Bach stuff. They knew what was going on.
I mean, Vivaldi did steal a lot of stuff from Bach. In Vivaldi's later stuff, he stole.
Yeah, and Mozart like stole a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, Mozart almost
like he was under
ripped
so
him
much
off,
fucking
right?
pressure to put out good content, like jokes, that he needed to borrow from an unknown composer at the time, young Beethoven, and and no,
this isn't comedy, Tyler.
and so
I don't care what your music rules are.
He was led.
I agree with you on.
He was led to have to steal some jokes or content, or music from someone who is much better than him, just so he could, and then guess what? And you know what he did with that job? He fucking wrote Don Quixote, all right? Or Don Juan, sorry. Wait.
I thought that was John Williams.
No, Don Quixote was fucking Richard Strauss, I believe. No, he wrote Don Juan, and that
John Williams.
He wrote The Magic Flute, which is considered like one of the greatest operas of all time.
Isn't that by Alexander Hamilton, dude? If I ever want to shut Tyler up about anything, that's how I do it, because he's just a big classical music nerd. So he'll be talking about something and I'll just like take some famous classical piece and be like, wasn't that written by Hans Zimmer? And he'll just look at me and be like, I hope you die in your sleep tonight.
Hans Zimmer is a good composer.
He is.
So is John Williams, who also stole a lot of content. All right.
It doesn't matter. It's not comedy, you cuck.
Yeah,
sorry, that's offensive now, apparently.
It is comedy.
Is that offensive?
Dude, did you not hear all that shit about Amy Schumer?
What do you think Jar Jar Binks was? You think that was serious? You don't think that wasn't a punchline?
I really dig that fan theory that Jar Jar Binks was actually a fucking Master Sith.
Yes,
That's
that is
such a good theory, because it makes sense in everything that goes on.
was
in this
That's why
fucking
you
movie.
played the character you did in this fucking campaign.
He's the drunken monk. Oh, he's upset because I unleashed a plot twist yesterday, and everyone's like, "I saw."
I'm not upset. I'm super happy. That fucking asshole Kong is gone.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole point.
I know, because everyone hated him.
So there was someone on the crew, my character, that no one really trusted, but we're on a pirate ship, so no one really trusted anyone. Right?
Okay.
So we're all
Fair enough.
pirates, and we're pirating around, and my guy's always super secretive because he hacks things all the time. And then I fucking told Rob straight to his face because we agreed on this, right? And then he's like, I knew of it before it was coming. I'm like, yeah, you did. He's like, no, I don't remember what you told me. I just knew this was going to happen. I'm like, because I fucking told you. Anyways, I digress.
This is why I stay around after D&D night, because Rob is also too stubborn to ever admit he's wrong. So I just like to sit because like this is their world, because I'm new to their D&D group, like fairly new. I've played a couple seasons with them, but that's it.
Season and a half now.
I played one full season of D&D and half. Oh yeah, so season and a half.
Okay.
I'm bad at math, dude. I'm sorry. I'm not going to school for numbers.
Anyway,
And so me and Rob argue about it, and I'm just like, ooh.
so
When are they gonna release all this sexual tension?
there was this computer hacker who was really stealthy, And
And we think he was gay.
no, because we already had that
we
gay
did.
character, that one dog person that was
No,
a sniper.
if Shay was here, he would back
so
me up.
does every crew only get one gay character?
Preferably not.
Actually, there's probably a lot
Honestly.
on this because it was a pirate ship, and just historically speaking, you're out a
Very-
lot
very
without
true,
women.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a good point. Maybe that's why Louis and Kong were so close. They were, you know,
Maybe that's how they got
touching
the
tits.
Zeta wave. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's sexually transmitted.
But,
Rape campaign.
But so yeah, he was on the ship the whole time, and then so we go and we're all like stealing ingredients to make a drug so we could sell it at a high profit and be the only ones who have the drug, right?
Okay.
Because that's what pirates do.
Fair enough.
Space pirates, at least.
Yeah.
So we just stole research data, and then we stole all the ingredients, and then as we were leaving, my character basically locked everyone up
Became Darth Vader.
and
I'll put
tranked
it that
everyone,
way.
and then pulled out his
You
lightsaber.
drank everyone, bitch.
I tranked two people.
You drank 2 out of 5.
I missed a couple shots, but I tranked everyone, and then
Wait. You didn't trank everyone. We
I
just
tranked-
went over this.
I-
Tranked a couple people.
I shot 4 tranks and missed 2 of them.
There we go.
And then they started shooting me, and so my character had a sword that he always used, and then he had a lightsaber which they just found out about. And so they're like, first thing they do is they're like, oh shit, he's attacking, so they shoot at me with their little droids, and I deflect all the shots. He's like, you can't do that. I'm like, I have a sword. He's like, you just Genji'd me. I'm like, ding, 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 ding. And
It's
then-
funny because I know you didn't plan on just giving him one reflect. I knew as soon as you said, "Oh my God, it is Genji."
yeah.
I was like, dude, he's gonna let us fight him. He's not gonna give him unlimited blocking.
Yeah, because
it's
everyone
on
bitches
cooldown
whenever I
now.
break the game. So I was like, I'll beat you with my overpowered character.
We got close, dude. We got close.
They did.
If your character was
Basically what he did was he left the room, he like fogged the room and he left it, he locked the doors, and then he walked over the bridge. They fucking kicked a hole in the door and just started shooting me in the back.
Damn.
But my character was blood raging at that point, not like a sonic ability that gives you more endurance, which just gives you more health, basically.
Yeah.
And then I went into the room and I just started bashing the shit out of Kong. And then I was like, I can't make it back out the ship, so I'm just gonna cut the ship open with my lightsaber. And then they're all shooting me, so I'm holding Rob's character, and Josh is like, fuck it, I'll shoot through him. And so he basically almost killed Rob.
No, I only took his armor down.
Yeah, he took his armor off. You don't have much health in this game, though. One
Yeah.
more shot would have killed him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, my gun does enough
So I
damage to do
basically
that.
meat shielded him with Rob, and then I cut my way out, and then made my daring escape, and
Escape.
and then so the whole point was like, while we were on the planet stealing the ingredients, I just told the entire Empire fleet to meet us somewhere. And then they saw the fleet leave, and they didn't question it. And then so I was flying away, and then they just had this gigantic fleet outside and one pirate ship, and they're like, "Yeah, nope." And they flew off.
God.
I was like, "Yeah, this is gonna happen." So I
really
stole
wanna- Dude,
the most unpopular character.
Dude, if one of us had rolled a crit, would you have been like, all right, and just let him die and just had to change the whole thing?
Yeah, but you would have actually had to kill him though. So if you rolled a crit and didn't do enough damage to kill him, then he would have gotten away.
Dude, if I had rolled a crit with my sniper rifle, or Louis with his well, he couldn't.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna kill Rob.
Yeah, if I had rolled a crit with
Okay,
my sniper
if you
rifle, I
had a
could've
captain
blasted
that
them.
wasn't very good with money, and then he was being abducted for some reason, would you kill the captain to try to kill the guy who's abducting him, or would you just be like, yeah, fuck it?
I'd probably say fuck it, honestly.
I know. I was surprised more people didn't go, fuck it, he's just going after Kong. I'm not going to get chopped up by a lightsaber. Because you realize if I cut one of you guys, you would have lost a limb. Like,
Okay, they have, dude. I just read about all the different power
yeah, we have a
arms you
doctor
can
who
do.
specializes in putting them back on, but I could have cut off the doctor's limbs.
The doctor wasn't there. Oh yeah, you could have.
Yeah, he was, and I could have done that. I could have fucked you all over. I could have killed the doctor. I could have killed like 3 people in just one go.
Yo, so how is there a lightsaber in D&D? What
this
It's
is-
Travelers.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
sci-fi D&D.
Okay, all right.
And then so it's from a special Star Wars book, but I didn't make a Sith or a Jedi. I just made a really powerful like a psychic warrior, and then gave him a lightsaber. Well, he built it. But
you gave it.
what?
You just gave it to him.
Well, I mean, I'm the GM. Like,
Okay, so
Oh, but then I don't get a lightsaber.
yeah, I was. You were going to get one if you fucking built it.
you gotta find the parts, man. You gotta go searching for the
Yeah.
shit.
And in fact, I've
Talk
been
to the right
I've been
people.
doing backroom deals with everyone like this entire time, like to make so like the doctor gave me a bunch of like damage resistance, which was another reason I would have easily made it out if you guys crit me even, because the doctor gave me a bunch of
2 crits.
damage resistance. Mex gave me shielding on top of my armor.
2 crits.
I had the armor. I had the best armor money could buy as an imperial like hierarchy. So like I had all this shit on, and then I was like, this is the boss. This is the undefeatable boss that you guys are gonna have to train to beat. Like I know
We still did pretty well in that fight, dude.
you did. You almost got me to lose endurance.
You did pretty good in that fight.
You did, yeah. And
The thing is-
did you realize I didn't use any psionic powers in that fight?
Yeah, because you just had the ship hacked and you.
I was doing all hacking, and I was doing the health boost and the shielding, but I wasn't doing any psionic attacks. I was just saving them in case I had to bug out. So like if you guys actually fucked me up, I would have had to teleport away. But yeah.
I mean, that would make sense, though.
Yeah. But I was like, they're not gonna kill Kong. I'll hold him in between me, and then they're like, no, fuck Kong.
Yeah, me and Ethan both shot through him.
No, Ethan specified that he was shooting at my feet. You specified that you were shooting through Kong. So
Well.
Ethan actually hit me. You, on the other hand,
He just gave up on trying to hit any other part of his body.
Yeah, I wasn't going to take
you're
time
just
for
like, a
position.
kill shot is for the head, even if the other guy's head's in the way.
That's what I was thinking, dude. If I had known I was going to get an extra turn, I would have done a precision shot through the fucking head and specified just... and hoped. Sniper rifle has a higher crit chance, so...
Yeah. Dude, that character is unfair. You guys weren't going to beat him. You did really well.
But we're never going to beat him because no one in our group asks you for anything or asks to train anything.
I know, right?
I'm the only one, Tyler. I'm the only
no,
one.
Justin
and
does too.
Yeah, Justin
but
does
our
too.
healer, like the end of the game is going to be like our healer and our DPS, like just like doing all the work while everyone else is just being like, derpy, shoot rockets, yeah.
It's exactly like Overwatch. We've come full circle, all right?
But that's that. I mean, yeah, we have the funny part is like we're like, okay, we're gonna make a sci-fi game, and we always kind of based off of whatever game we're playing or whatever we're watching. So the first one was Firefly. That was long before I even knew Josh, before Josh was born.
I was even nerdier back
Shit.
then. Yeah, it was before I was born.
We were playing the Firefly game, and it was fun. And I was like, dude, this game's like crack for
Played
me.
the beta for D&D, dude.
And the D&D beta.
The open beta.
We also played the Charlie, I guess, which is what after Alpha, Beta, Charlie. I can't remember how the alphabet goes. No.
Nope, don't laugh, don't give it to him. I want
Too
dead
late,
silence
too late,
on the
you
recording.
bitch. Anyways,
God
I
damn
will
it.
cut out that laugh for the dead silence.
the second game, the guy he knows, Ethan, our contract killer friend,
Yeah.
he was our captain, and we were doing a Star Trek based game. But since they were all dog people and they were morons, we just started a war. The third game was ending that war, basically. It was Mass Effect style, so we like. Some moron accidentally awoke the god of death to come kill everyone.
Why would you do that?
So I played like a
moron?
It was like my third or fourth week with these guys, and I was just
To
like,
be fair, it was his first character.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And it
Well,
was what that character would do, but it was like a brute. I just like kind of rolled like a very basic like
He did
fighter.
the orc barbarian.
Yeah, like an orc.
The sci-fi.
kinda-
It was a giant cat person with extra strength, with a
built-in
melee,
claw.
yeah, with a built-in melee weapon. And then so that's what he did. He was the space version of an orc barbarian.
And Rob's character last season was like Rob. He played
An insane person.
Yeah, and my character really liked him just because he thought it was funny, and the god of death had taken him and was holding him captive. So I was like,
no, but the other thing is, I didn't know who it was. I was new to the group, and everyone else knew that it was the god of death. I didn't know because no one had told me out of character. So when this guy grabs him,
to be fair, but at the same time, we walked into a super high tech advanced magical prison.
Shit, dude.
Okay, so it was a whole fucking space system. All right, think of how many millions of miles that is. A system that was that had this like hardened space shell built around it, and we found a little path and we snuck in, and the inside we saw that it was holding this planet in place, a dark planet. And inside of it there was this gigantic altar with a bunch of moving buildings and shit like that. And then so we get taken to this altar, and then someone starts talking to us and trying to convince us to help him escape, and then he's like, okay.
Look, all right, in my defense, I didn't know what was going on. All right,
he's like, free me, I'm not a bad guy, I've just been imprisoned.
In my defense, I just thought he was the boss. All right, I thought we were all gonna.
The boss.
I didn't know he was the boss. I thought he was a boss.
Oh,
okay,
he was the boss.
I didn't know that. All right. Now, do you understand why I attacked Mr. Boss from last night?
We were telling you that our characters were just like, oh, we're hunting down this crazy rumor about the god of death. Oh, that's not real. And then, ha ha ha, it is real, man. It's pretty scary shit. Then we see pretty scary shit, and you're like, this can't be the god of death.
I'm the guy from the horror movie that's like, guys, it's fine, dude. Just stay logical, and just gets everyone killed.
Why would there be a god of death? I mean, doesn't that sound a little ridiculous? Look, this is just lights. It's all an elaborate illusion. Ah!
It was holding Rob's character, and so I was like, I'm gonna try to free him. And so I broke the
because we saw this mysterious altar. And you touched it,
yeah,
and then you were poisoned, and then
I attacked the chains that had been holding Rob's body down because we were
that is what happened. Yeah, so Rob got chained. He got chained up.
He got sucked onto the altar, and chains came and held his body down.
So he was like trying to pull the chains off. One of the chains holding the god of death in prison. And so that happened.
He had taken his body, and
yeah, it was bad stuff. But guess what? He redeemed himself. So he builds his new character, right? And we find ourselves back in the chamber, and the god of death's like, release me. And then everyone's like, oh, they're like going on and discussing, and Chet decides at the end, he's like, because he's the Spectre, he's the sheriff, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, fuck this. He kills Sam, he kills his friend to kill the god of death, right? And then so he's dead, all right, and we gotta escape. This motherfucker over here is like, I gotta double tap him, and he throws out a bunch of grenades and almost kills us all. Right when we're starting our escape.
Escape. God damn it.
This motherfucker's like, I gotta double tap just to be sure. I mean, he's the god of death. You never know.
It's my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to be helpful.
It's the god of death. It's understandable
why you would want to do something like everything was breaking. The altar was cracked. You know, everyone was screaming. The god of death was going, no, I've been killed. And he's just like, nah, gotta be sure.
That didn't. I thought we didn't kill him.
We did kill him. That was the whole point.
Oh, so then what brought him back?
Okay, so what happened was you killed the god of death, right? But he was the planet who physically manifested himself into a body because he was using our D&G lore. He was the main wizard enemy from our D&D campaign.
Right on.
So he put his like essence into a planet and then militarized the planet to make it into a dreadnought that would just attack people and just kill everything, and then and just bring death to the universe.
And that's what he did. And that's pretty much what he did.
And then Jackass over here, what we actually tie him up. We imprison him, right? Sometime in the past, some great wizard imprisoned him, or wizards imprisoned him, and he was trapped forever.
Wizards.
Yeah, we never finished the wizard campaign, but now you kind of know what's happening. Anyways,
I want to.
So they imprison him, and like later on, he's so we all this stuff happens. We kill him. The god of death's dead. The dreadnought was just like the essence of that vehicle was so corrupted that people that tried to use its technology got infected by this dark magic. So the Empire, what happened was the Empire split up. Half of them were like, fuck this, we're joining the council, I don't want this shit anymore. And then they didn't join the council, they joined up with a corporation. But
Did you post this in our Discord? Because I did not read any of this. If you did,
this is the lore that you should have found in the game, but since you're pirates, you didn't look for. But it was everywhere. The whole universe was hidden with lore that no one looked at. Because I'm a Mass Effect player, and if you want to figure something out, you got to read it.
Yeah. And none of us. No, let's
all
hold
of you
on.
are
Hold on.
fucking illiterate.
Hold on. Let's rewind for a second. Tyler doesn't. He's not a Mass Effect fan. He's fucking. He would rate. He would probably have sex with the disc for Mass Effect 3, dude.
Sheesh. Oh, okay.
He's obsessed.
I had
with
to make the hole a lot bigger, but yeah.
Yeah, he's obsessed. And all of us are like, yeah, dude, it's a great game. It's a lot of fun. But we're not fucking crazy like
No,
Tyler.
Rob is obsessed with it too.
I've never
Not as
played
much
the
as
Mass
you,
Effect
dude.
games.
It's a great game. Anyways, moral of the story
No,
is...
don't take that from him. Take
Moral
it
of the
from me.
story is-
It's a great game.
So the Empire...
He's biased.
The other part split off and they said, we're going to make the Empire better than it was. So what they did was they stole the technology from the God of Death. Because, you know, that's smart.
Yeah.
If you're building an empire, that seems pretty logical. But it corrupted them. And then but the only other force that was almost as strong as the God of Death was the Emperor, because he was just this crazy, powerful, like evil dude.
Oh,
So
that's
what he
why
did-
killing him was so important.
So when the God of Death died, the Emperor basically used his psionic powers to Sauron himself.
Oh shit.
Basically used the God of Death's technology to rebuild himself like Sauron did. And then the problem was, because the pirates didn't even try to stop it, he just got to do it. And then, so now the Emperor came back with all the powers of the God of Death. And
this all happened between sessions then. Between seasons.
yeah, it did, basically.
We killed the Emperor.
Yeah, the Emperor was
so
the
fucking
Emperor was
funny.
dead. So basically, I said a couple months went by, but like he's not complete yet. So he's only going to get stronger the longer you delay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so
None of us care, Tyler.
you got to have.
We just want cool
Let's just hope
shit.
that your DPS game is on point when you face him again.
Dude, all we care about is getting cool shit, dude. We all just I
Well, I
think
mean, if your
Ethan and
character
Rob
dies-
don't care about getting cool shit because they never ask for it. But me and Justin all
But
want
that
cool
happened in
shit.
between games. So the God of Death was like, hey, to make humanity stronger, they crossbred them with this other ancient race, the Hivers. So now they all have these Cthulhu monster humans that are running the Empire.
Fuck.
So they
Yeah,
all
they're
have
mind
like
flayers.
psionic powers and all this other stuff. So like now the standard Imperial unit is not only a soldier, but with telekinesis. So yeah,
Pretty heavy.
but it's
We'll be
like
fine.
evil telekinesis.
I think it's fine, dude. I
And
think
they all
it'll be okay.
have like all the finances of the Empire. Plus, now they apparently have a space station that can destroy a planet,
yeah,
but it
that's
doesn't.
fine.
It doesn't blow it up.
They have their own.
It doesn't
Death
blow it
Star?
up. It
Oh,
doesn't blow
okay,
it up.
all right,
I
all right.
was very specific about that.
Sorry.
What it
Which
does
is- yeah.
is it turns off its
Here
core.
we go.
What it does is it basically breaks a planet's core and melts the atmosphere off of it.
Okay.
So it just burns it into a crisp.
Yeah, basically. So now it's just a molten core of just a molten planet. It's just basically like an iron star floating around.
I don't know.
What
I feel
happened-
like if you did that to a planet, it would just crumble. But I don't know.
No,
I'm
because
not-
it's still
not
held
sure.
together by gravity.
All right.
Yeah. So now it's just a molten ball of fire.
Yeah, dude, you never watched Interstellar, bro? Come on, man. We should just get rid of NASA and
It's
just
basically Venus.
we should just get
It's
rid.
basically Venus. Basically, they just cooked it.
All
Just cooked it. Like it has no ability to stop cosmic rays, which cook it. The atmosphere just like ran away, just burnt and started pouring acid on everyone. But it did not blow up the planet.
We should just get rid of NASA and make people watch Interstellar, dude.
It's not a Death
how
Star.
it- that's how we should train them.
They can fix it if they want to.
So what does this weapon look like?
Death Star.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I showed you. Here. You think I'm not a nerd? I brought this shit.
When do you guys play?
Thursday nights.
Thursday nights.
We're down a character now.
Yeah, we are. Technically, we did just lose someone.
Cause I kind of miss this kind of
Oh shit! I don't have it.
shit.
I don't have it on me.
You're welcome to come
but
join us. I'll
basically-
give you the details off air for like times and shit.
Tight.
Is like a big, like laser cannon with like a ring around it, and then a bunch of like giant, like plates on the side so it can close up and open up, and then just
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and we went into
And
steal.
it's powered by
So-
obscene amounts of this ultra rare element that the Empire seems to have a ton of.
We ended up just going in and like rescuing who we needed to rescue and just leaving. Like we didn't even explore the ship at all.
No. You guys went in and just stole a petty amount of Ezo.
Is that the
My character
Yeah.
went in and rescued a data drive that had the plans on how to destroy the space station, which you guys didn't even ask about.
I don't think any of us cared. I think we might actually go back to get
And then
more
he
Ezo.
went off on his own.
I think we might actually go
Sheesh.
back to that place. You know, we need that place to be honest. It's a good money maker for us. Good
What you
cash
should
cow.
do
You guys are
is
all
you
over
should
the
try to
place.
repurpose that weapon into blowing itself up.
No, because we want the Ezo too much. We want the money too much,
Yeah, no, Jack's not going to let you keep all that Ezo.
and we're just gonna keep going back to the space station.
And just looting it.
Yeah, we're just
While
gonna
it
keep
blows up
robbing
more
it.
planets and more of your homeworlds.
Oh,
It already blew up it destroyed a planet, not blew up. Did not blow up. It destroyed a planet. It is not a Death Star. It is no relation to
caught
the Star Wars
himself on
franchise.
that one. He caught himself on that
Yeah.
one.
It destroyed.
that was
it
good.
already destroyed one person's homeworld, and it might do it again. So we don't know. You guys are just.
None of us give a shit about our home worlds.
I know, right? This kind of sucks.
That's god awful.
So
It's not what you would want.
I
as
might
a
try
game.
firing it into Kong Solo.
Hey, maybe that'll actually make it,
Make it dumb.
blow up for once. He's so dumb, you can't trust him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So after I capture Kong, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do an after credit scene. So it's like Kong wakes up and he's chained down to a table naked, and this like metal arm with like
You ever see
spikes
Star
and
Wars
drills.
Episode 5? You remember when they're on Bespin and Darth Vader tortures Han Solo for the information with the
Yeah.
probe? It was that scene, except he was naked, and Kong was an idiot.
And then they had like, but it was like coming down from the ceiling, and it was going up close to his face. And
Yep,
it stopped.
they had that too in that
And
scene.
like the drill just stopped in his face, and then so the Sith walks in, and he's just all like, he's like, well, we find ourselves here, and then Kong just starts trolling him, and I'm just like doing everything. I'm going to kill you right here with my lightsaber. I'm like, no, don't do it, don't kill him. And like,
you as a
he
person was
actually-
also thinking that.
I was like, no, as a player, I was like, my character was probably like my character is probably like one of the most evil, fucked up guys in the universe, but he needs Kong for whatever reason, and then like even he was just like, it's not worth it, kill him, and he's just trolling me, and I'm like, I hate you so much, Rob. And I'm like, I can't believe like you're tied up, like there's no way that you're gonna live out this, and he decided to troll him, but it was.
Just fucking
It's
sitting in
pretty
his
effective though, because like
fucking idiot's just sitting in his basket,
if
licking
anything,
his own blanket.
Kong just proved to himself that they need him alive. So, I guess he can use his stupidity to help him.
Not if I kill him first.
But it was kind of like, it was more like that scene from Firefly where they're trying up being tortured and they're just cracking jokes the whole time, and they're like, stop laughing, this is supposed to be torture. And that was basically like, just like, shut up, I'm torturing you, don't you understand? He's like,
It really did feel like a scene from It's Always Sunny. It felt like fucking Charlie was in that fucking chair, and you were Dennis, and Rob's character was Charlie, and you were trying to torture Charlie. What is this, guys? Or what's going on? What's going on here, everybody?
he's like, you're insignificant. And he's like, well, if I'm insignificant, why do you have me here? I was like, well, I think you're insignificant in like a broad sense. You're significant.
Tyler was so angry. He was so mad. I love it.
Because he's like, I'm Kong Solo, everyone hates me, blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, you are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. He's like, well, if I'm insignificant, why'd you kidnap me? I'm like, motherfucker, I'll kill you right now. But
You could see Tyler breaking when he said that.
was just like, I
If
was
you were
just like,
looking at him right now, you could see him breaking again as he repeats
I was just
it.
like,
It was so
I
amazing.
had to take 5 seconds, and then I was just like, then my character was like, he's like, your significance isn't of your character, it's of what you have inside of you. And then he's just like, I charge extra for them. Like,
It was amazing. I saw Tyler break so many times so far in this season of Travelers.
God damn.
It makes me so happy.
This sounds all over the place.
It's a lot of fun,
Fuck,
dude.
it sounds like a lot of
Our
fun.
D&D campaigns are really fun too.
oh god,
Because we're all pretty lax. For D&D, our characters are a lot older and more overpowered than in Travelers. Travelers it's so like D&D is based
no,
off
our characters are overpowered in Travelers. We should not be having this easy of a time in every combat situation.
They throw harder enemies at us.
I do.
Well, also
See, the thing is like the most I can overpower an enemy without giving them a mech. The most I can do is give them like the most advanced combat armor, right? That's still only like at best 12 points of armor rating. So like one shot from your laser rifle is almost guaranteed to knock that off.
Yeah,
So
so
then-
that's why you give us 100 of them or whatever.
100.
100, but you know.
No. Yeah, for troop battles, I tend to give you guys more. But like I was trying to end the game the other day, and they were just trying to keep fighting, and then so I had to throw them into a cutscene, and then they were all bitching about it, and I'm like, it's a cutscene now, shut up.
not taking
We're
any
doing
of
the
your shit,
dialogue
dude.
part of the game now. We're not doing the combat part of the game anymore.
This season has been like that the whole time though. Like our entire season so far has just been like fuck with everything. Every time Tyler wants us to do something, whether it's a player or a GM, we just do the opposite. It's amazing. And Tyler's just like, what is wrong with you people?
Well, see, I figured out like, so Rob was just like, I was trolling you so hard. And I'm like, when I realized Rob was doing that, I figured out really early on, if I wanted him to do something as a GM, I would just tell him to do the other thing. And then so I was like, because I
throw money at him.
Yeah, I was like, for pirates, all I have to do is either say there's a lot of money as a reward, or to do the opposite of what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. And then they'd be like, oh no, we're not gonna listen to you. You're the fucking GM. We're doing this instead. Ha ha, sucks to be you. We trolled you. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no, you're accidentally doing the game as I planned. And then this whole
This
time,
is just Tyler trying to cover up that we broke him so many times.
No, you
I saw it on your face. Oh, my voice cracked
you
really
straight-
bad.
I know, right? No, no. You break
Youch.
me as a player, like as a person, like in the game with you guys. They break me all the time.
Yeah.
Because like even though like sometimes I'll be like, okay, they have two options. He's gonna do the one I don't suggest, so I suggest something, and he does the other one. I'm like, haha, he does it, and then he just goes about it in the wrongest fashion, and then I'm just like, god damn it, no.
We really are. That's really what it is. We're making you work harder to do the things that you want to do.
They're doing what I want them to do, but they're making me work for it.
Yeah.
It's just like, haha, I have this super awesome villain, and they're like, bah, 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 bah. He's like, god damn it, stop. I'm overpowered. And like, we don't care, we'll just shoot you more. It's like, I designed this guy to be like indestructible, and they don't care. He sees a dog out there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's
saw-
someone
I
walking
saw a
by.
person.
Well, we are at halfway.
We're at Merfurbiture.
All of my fucking picks.
That's where he keeps his fucking speed. He's like, hold on, guys, I
That's
gotta
where
get
the
fast.
Real drugs are.
The real drugs. They looked like guitar picks. Is that a new like shape
It's a street
designer they
name.
got? What is
It's Andy.
Oh.
Just kidding, they're not.
What's your shape?
No, they're not. But they are coated in LSD, so go ahead and lick it.
You feel like getting wacky.
It goes through your fingers while you're playing the guitar, and then all of a sudden you start seeing purple haze.
Dude, acid is crazy though.
I've never done psychedelics, and
I did salvia once. There's a video somewhere on YouTube of me tripping balls.
dude, I played.
Was it for Tosh.0?
No.
Were you that guy?
I hope not. I hope that video never makes it that far. It's got a couple thousand views though. But
There you go, Tosh Far.
yeah, I did like the end of the line. Like there's like levels to it. So it's like 40x up to I think 160, 180.
Wait, what
And-
drug are we talking about again?
Salvia.
Oh, yeah.
So each one you're supposed to get like walk through your trip, and you're supposed to learn something about yourself and whatnot. You're supposed to do it by each level. It's like a actual spiritual thing, like a shaman's supposed to fucking walk you through. And
Oh, that
of course
explains all the
didn't-
movies.
I didn't fucking do that shit.
Sounds like a lot of work.
And then there's
You're
yeah,
just trying to get high, dude. I'm not trying to find
I
Jesus.
did the end of the line and like left my existence for a while. Like I was in a whole another realm.
Dude, that's what people.
Shit
That's what was
wild.
telling me about fucking. I'll beep out his name. I don't want to hoe him like that, but that's what he was telling me about DMT.
Yeah, DMT is a similar.
He was like, it lasted for about 30 minutes, and he was like, I was not here. He was telling me about it. He was like, I was not on Earth. I don't know what the fuck was happening, but I was not here. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I want that.
It's kind of scary, honestly. I haven't done psychedelics since.
Man, I still want it.
Boom, 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 boom,
And that was only like 10
boom.
minutes.
I'm just kidding. That was only like 10 minutes.
You're only supposed to trip for 5.
Salvia was legal. I don't know if it is anymore.
It's a like easily accessible plant that you can just grow in your yard. Kind of crazy.
Is it called catnip? Are you just smoking the
They
catnip?
make catnip out of salvia because that
Every
would
time a
explain
cat
a
gets
lot.
catnip, he's just hallucinating madly. Dogs everywhere, bruh.
Plot twist. I'm actually a cat.
We're all just cats eating catnip. We're all just fat cats.
We're
That's
just
all we are.
hyper-evolved kittens.
Oh my god.
Over years of evolution, it's turned us into this monkey-looking
No,
form.
we're
That's what
actual-
confused us.
We're actual cats, and
We're
we're
really just
tripping
cats.
that we're all humans.
Oh, because we're on so much catnip, we believe we don't have.
That's why we're
Like,
fat.
I don't have hair or claws, bro. I'm a human.
We've transcended past the level of catnip.
Yeah, we did
necessary to
so
have a
much
regular
catnip.
cat
We ascended our actual physical structures.
We did so much catnip, we evolved. That's what I'm trying to do with weed, guys. Our new
if that's how
sponsor
that-
today.
what if that's how that works?
Speed Weed, one of
guess
our new
what's more?
sponsors.
No. What if that's how that works? Because, like humans have been doing drugs for a long time. Fucking dolphins are as intelligent as shit, and they chew on pufferfish to get high. You heard about that?
They do.
Yeah,
in
they'll
fact do
like
that.
they'll nom on a pufferfish and they'll pass it around. Like, what if that's what it takes to get intelligence? What if cats are gonna be like the next species? Not like big cats, little cats, and they're doing fucking calculus.
Yeah, that would be amazing. It
Or
would
they're
be
like,
so cute.
this like, how have you faster than light travel? We're like, oh, kitty. He's like just
gonna-
sitting there puffing catnip. Oh man, yeah, I solved the theory to everything like last week.
They're gonna put us all. They're gonna let most of us die, and then whatever's left of us, they're just gonna put in like our own little world that like never.
What they're gonna do is they're
changes.
gonna keep a human in their house. Like, oh yeah, clean up, human. And then we're just like,
They'll let us
yes.
smoke
And then they'll be,
stuff.
oh, look, a cute little human. And then we'll be like, yeah, I'm smart too. We used to own the world. Poor fucking cats.
I'm
What'd
just
you say, human? Nothing. I said, good job, Master Cat.
Okay, that got a little weird at the end.
Hey, have you guys seen that?
That's what's
game?
gonna happen if another species takes over. Sorry.
Yeah. Have y'all seen that game Detroit?
Becoming human.
Becoming Human.
Yeah, where you play as an AI.
Yeah.
It's. I heard it was.
That's a pretty sick game.
Oh,
I've heard mixed reviews.
That's,
I've heard that some people really like it because there's a lot of like
like that.
There's different outcomes for every scenario you're in.
yeah
Like,
that a lot
so
of
many
people
different
like that
options.
because
Wait,
a lot of
what
people.
is it?
It's like you play as a robot. It's like the world in 2036 or some shit like
Oh.
that. And
That's what this Travelers campaign was supposed to be. But side note,
shit.
but we diverged very quickly.
Yeah, we
Anyways,
don't care.
But
Continue,
no,
please.
the
'cause-
modern population
Yeah.
has like robots at almost every home, and robots are like taking people's jobs and shit. So like there's also these people that are like older age, and they're,
Anti-robot.
like anti-robot,
Yeah.
anti-robot establishments with like stickers
Conservative
on them and shit.
humans.
It's like they have their own compartment on a bus to get into, like as a
Oh.
robot.
Yeah, robots
Yeah,
gotta
that's
sit
a
in the
little different.
compartment.
Yeah, they have to sit in the back of the bus.
Well, like
Oh,
they
in a
don't even sit.
compartment.
They just stand there. They're robots,
Yeah.
They don't need to sit. They don't have muscles.
There's this.
Oh yeah. I
the
don't feel.
The game's pretty
I
cool,
don't feel
man.
bad discriminating on a robot on a bus because it's like you don't get tired. We're humans. We're the ones who are being punished.
We're the ones who actually need the bus.
You're the ones who have it better off. Yeah, we can't. You could just walk to work and you wouldn't have used any. Well, I guess you use electricity, but it's not like they have to eat a bunch of food. They just plug in at the office. Like, come on, bro. Like,
It's not fair.
I know. I don't feel bad for that robot.
I've heard
maybe if they're calling them like rigger or something. I don't know.
Oh my god.
What would be a robot slur?
I'm gonna edit the first one.
No. Leave the R.
No, not the first one.
Leave the R. Yeah.
It's gonna be.
just
What are we gonna call them? Mirrors.
No. But like, there's no like. I mean, that discrimination I feel bad for. If you make up a slur for robots and you say it a whole bunch, then yeah, but like not staying on a bus. No, fuck you. You got gears and metal.
Well, they're not programmed to sit on the bus, so they just don't.
They're not even okay.
Yeah.
They're not even programmed. So like, yeah. So I get it. You're an AI, and maybe it's uncomfortable. How you
Tyler's
you
just-
have no
they're
sense
like,
of
hey,
They're
comfort.
like specifically programmed to just do things for people, and
So do they come
Okay,
sentient?
Tyler,
Or are you the sentient robot? Like, do you become sentient?
yeah.
And then so you're just like, oh no, I'm a robot.
Well, like
I don't want to sit in the back of a bus.
I've been watching Game Grumps on YouTube, and they've been like doing playthroughs of it.
Oh shit! I didn't know that, dude. I should watch that
Pretty
shit.
sick. I like it a lot.
I know what the
wanna
game's-
buy that
Can you go
fucking
like
game.
deaf to all humans and start
I
robot
think you can.
uprising?
Like there's a negative option for like every scenario, so like you
So
can.
It's basically like Mass Effect set in the 30s or 30 years from now.
I guess
No.
so. I mean, you're walking around at the very beginning of the game is you walking into this crime scene where
You play.
where there's a robot that's already fucking like turned
Do
like
robot lives matter?
No.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, you play as three different. You play as three different characters.
It's legit like a
So
real
there we go.
world. Like
So
there's people protesting. And
this
then
is
people,
you're the guy who does the kill all humans and option, and he's the guy who's just like, no, I like my job. I have gears. I'm just sitting there. Ah, this is comfortable. It's nice and cozy and small. Hey guys, don't be mean to a human.
No, I'm the guy.
What are they gonna do? Break us, and we'll just have to download into a new body. I mean, what an inconvenience.
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah,
guy.
Dan.
I'm the guy who's calling. I'm the guy who coins the term rigger.
We're just a bunch of R words.
No, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna let them start using it, and they're gonna soft A, and then I'm gonna come in and be like, "Yo, what's up, my rigger?"
You're gonna appropriatize it.
I'm gonna take it back because I started
So
it.
we have Robot Luther King over here, and you're fucking Drake. Where it's like maybe you shouldn't use that word.
I like
You
to
are
think of
half
myself.
human.
Hold on. I like to think of myself similar to the Grand Master Wizard.
No, I feel like you'd be the Kanye in this situation.
You know who the
Completely
Grand Master
irrelevant.
Wizard is, right? That's what they call like the highest ranking member of the KKK.
Wait, so you're the human that's killing all the robots.
That's just Tyler. Did you know that?
What?
Grand Master Wizard is what they call the highest ranking member
Which
of
is
the KKK.
really, I fucking hate the KKK for that because
just proves how retarded
I
it
hate them
is.
for several reasons.
Yeah.
but I hate them specifically for that reason because then when you're talking D&D, people think you're in the clan. Like, yeah, I finally reached Grandmaster level wizard. I'm level 20. I got all the spells. I got my signature spell, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's like, he's a racist." No,
talking about spells.
I got all my
Oh
spells.
my god, this guy.
Dude, I can fucking
This
like,
guy's in the KKK.
yeah, I can
gotta get
fucking
the
do.
fuck outta here.
I can prepare all my spells at will, man. Like that's how much of a wizard I
The
am.
Grand Wizard. That's what they
I
fucking
took
call
down a
him.
dragon the other day.
I kind of
And they're like, oh, he killed another leader in the clan,
I kind of feel
or
like
maybe he's in gang warfare with the Asians or something. I don't know. Like,
kind of feel like Grand Wizard is worse than Grandmaster Wizard because he went from Grandmaster to like it's like going from First Lieutenant to like Admiral.
Admiral.
You know what I mean?
So they have a ranking system. Like, my question is like, with where their intelligence level is, like, how do they maintain order?
So,
I feel like that's just a ship of like dumbasses. Like, It's kind of like the short bus.
Yeah, they named their leader the Grand Wizard. They're
mean,
not
like-
very bright, dog.
I mean, like I'm open when I talk about wizards and D&D stuff. It's like I'm a nerd and I like, and yeah, like I'm into games and shit. And they're seriously calling people wizards. Like the fuck is wrong with you guys? Like,
That's true.
yeah, it just
That's
goes
a
to show
new
how
level.
fucking stupid they are, man.
it's like, dude, I like Lord of the Rings, but I ain't gonna form a religion around it. All right, like that's a level of stupidity that's a little too low for my
I
taste.
like black people, but I'm not gonna, form a religion around them, right?
What?
Is that Christianity because Jesus was a Muslim?
That's the KKK.
They don't like black people. Oh, they form.
okay.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Okay, sorry.
I completely misheard you.
Oh my god!
I think he said it backwards. Roll back the tapes.
Imperial wizards, dog.
Imperial.
We have
Ooh.
an imperial wizard.
How many spells can he prepare?
I don't know, but his name's really dumb.
if it's less than 4, then he's a fucking noob.
Dude, his name
Can
is.
he do polymorph? That spell OP, boy.
Oh man, this guy sounds.
You can just turn people into frogs.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
This guy sounds like the leader of the fucking Civil War for the South. James Arnold Colescott.
Cole Scott?
Sounds like a fucking general.
It was
back
originally
in-
coleslaw,
Yeah,
but
I
then
was
he
gonna say.
married someone with the last name Scott, and since they're both men, they took each other's last name and hyphenated it. Cole Scott.
I think they frown on that in the KKK too, to be
Oh,
honest.
they're just racist.
Yeah, no, they're just like
They're,
pure
they're,
racism.
surprisingly
Everything else is
open
okay.
about homosexuality. Like
They're at like a black gay couple's wedding and they're picketing. And
they're like,
people
we're
are
only mad
"It's-"
because they're black, not because they're gay. Okay, we need to be clear about this.
People are just yelling at them like, "Why are you so afraid to let two men love each other?" And they're like, "We're not. In fact, we think that gays should have the legal right to marry."
That's why
We
my
just hate
friend
'em 'cause they're
Steve over and
black.
I have been married for 3 years, and they kiss each other, and you're like, oh, that. I don't know how to feel about this.
I am conflicted.
I mean, on one hand, they're racist, but they're not homophobic. That puts them in a weird spot in my brain.
Tyler doesn't understand. We found what does not compute.
I mean, I'm an SJW, and that's just halfway? I don't get it.
Tyler's coming out of the closet as an SJW, guys. Watch out. You're gonna see political posts
Dude,
about
you know I'm on
you
S.
cried when Donald Trump was elected president.
I cried because I ran out of alcohol, okay?
Fair enough.
And I was like, oh no, how am I going to make it through the year?
gonna
Winter
go-
is coming.
Tyler's gonna come out with his own Me Too. You know what I mean?
Dude, you know I don't like Trump.
I
Like,
know.
does that surprise you? I told Josh, not Josh.
I don't think. I honestly, even a lot of the conservatives I've been meeting lately have been like, yeah,
You know why?
I may have supported him in the election, but like
Oh,
now I think he's
no.
fucking retarded, and I don't want him as
you
president.
finally see what everyone else has been saying. Interesting.
I know,
It's only
you're
been
just like,
aired on
what?
TV
Non-stop, dude. Every fucking
You could have
day.
read his stuff on Twitter. He wasn't making jokes. You guys think he's a comedian. No, he's a politician.
President. If he's gonna make a joke, it should be like a white dad joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should be like
That's why Obama got elected. He
It
made
should be
white
like-
dad jokes. That's how we
who
got
was
the
that
white
third
people
Democrat
vote.
candidate? Not Bernie, not Hillary, the other one, like John Kelly or some shit like that. What was his name?
No one fucking knows who you're
That guy.
talking about.
That guy made dad jokes. That guy was the master of dad. Like that's what you need for a politician. If you're gonna be a white guy and you're gonna make jokes on Twitter, they gotta be that guy type of jokes where he's like, he's just like, they're just puns and they're
'Cause it's
and they're
not-
dumb.
Because people can't read into it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes with Trump, and I'm not trying to defend him at all, because he has said some really racist shit and horrible shit, but I feel like a lot of the
Now we find out where Josh lies on
Oh,
the spectrum.
no.
I thought like it's more of an issue with the media, because the media likes to take some of his shit and read like some crazy shit into it where you're like, he doesn't even have, as the president, he can't even do that without Congress is like,
Oh
you know,
my gosh.
trying to pass
Oh
all
my
these
gosh.
laws.
Here we go, Josh, supporting Trump over here.
know what I
Look,
mean?
on
Like-
all the spectrums you fall on, you never land on the good side.
Yeah, the artistic spectrum, the autistic spectrum.
The and the
Political
political spectrum.
spectrum.
That's what. Yeah.
the
All I'm
social
saying, all I'm
justice
saying- no.
spectrum.
God damn it.
The being able to pull on a door that says push spectrum. That's a specific one we've made
Yo,
for Josh.
dog, you want to hear the funniest shit that happened to me last weekend, dude?
What, you're pushing on this door out here like, buddy, I'm trapped inside. I can't get out, buddy.
No, dude.
I'm gonna have to call Uber to save me.
When I went to my cousin or my aunt and uncle's house, my other cousin was there, and I was like, "So what are you working now? Where are you working now these days?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong person.
God damn, Josh. God damn.
The fiance of the wedding that I'm going to in July."
Just bring up the fact that before he goes too far in the story, this is the man that locks himself in my bathroom every time he uses it.
It's hard. Everyone else does it.
and then he
You
gets
just
out.
hang out with retards, Tyler.
No, I do hang out with you, but but I mean, Shay, like Justin, me, we never have trouble getting out. We'll admit that the log gets stuck a little sometimes, but it's just like but like, you know, that takes like one time you're like, oh, I'm not gonna make that mistake again. And then but Josh, he's just like, oh, I'm locked in here, guys.
I actually do struggle with it every time I go to the bathroom at your house.
God damn.
He never actually says anything. To his credit, he never like panics, but it sounds like he's panicked because you hear the door go and then it opens.
It's not that bad. You normally hear, because I like flip it.
The sound gets amplified. I'll give him that.
I flip the lock one way and I try to turn it, and nowadays I've been trying to turn it
He
quieter.
unlocks it, it doesn't open. He locks it, it doesn't open. He unlocks it, but
And
not
it
all the
opens.
way, and it doesn't open. He locks it again, he freaks out a little, then he like jams it all the way open, and then it opens, and it's like, why didn't you do that to begin with? But
I just kick it down. I've had to buy Tyler 4 doors.
yeah, and those are thin, cheap doors. And he's like, you might want to spray some Febreze. I'm like, well, it doesn't matter. Now the door's smashed open.
It's not gonna help.
Yeah. And then so I just rub the cat on the walls. I'm like, maybe the cat smell neutralizes it.
They balance each other out.
Goddamn.
No, but the fiance of this wedding that I'm going to,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where you were.
I was asking her where she was working. She's like, "Oh, I'm a teacher." I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And I'm like, "What do you teach?" And she just goes, "I work with the special ed kids." And I'm like, "Oh no."
Oh no. That was your reaction. Oh no.
Yes. I'm such an asshole.
You fucking got
Oh,
it.
no. Oh no.
Oh no.
I feel like such a dick, but it was so funny.
I bet she didn't laugh though.
That was the most Josh thing I've ever heard. Oh no.
Just imagining your face again is making me
God
laugh
damn it,
so hard.
Josh.
You're like, you do a service to the community and we appreciate you.
Yes. Oh man.
God, that's oh god.
I felt so
You know
bad,
what?
but
You
it
know
was
what?
so
I'll give you
worth
this.
it.
This is the only compliment I'll give you. You basically have the personality of Archer, just none of the skills or the enchantment or the luck or the lady likingness, the attractiveness, but you have the mindset of Archer, and that's commendable.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I mean, you could be a spy if you just
Shaved, learned how to shoot a gun better, learned how to kill people. Maybe I'll
already
start
have-
hanging out with Ethan more.
yeah, and you have the autismness.
Yeah, I can separate my emotions from, the situation that I'm in. So killing people will be super easy. So easy. I'll have no emotional obligation.
I don't think that's how
It's
it
just
works.
mundane, repetitive motions. Just squeeze, pull, aim, squeeze, pull, aim.
You've never
Man,
seen-
this
Here I
video
go
game's
killing again.
fun, and I can feel the vibration a lot better than on my controller.
Yeah, it's
It's just
fine.
like, yeah, Josh, we totally got you hooked up to a VR. Go out there again. Go get him.
He's just convinced it's VR the entire time.
Oh my
It's
god.
like, it's so real. I can feel the shot. Yeah, get to a doctor and you'll get the health points back. Now, don't lose
This
too much
GTA,
more.
am I gonna wake up in the hospital?
No, the reason you feel something is just because the VR is really highly evolved, okay?
Is this GTA or the American health system? Am I gonna wake up in the hospital with half of my money gone?
No, this is Hitman 4. You're fine.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what they used for health in that game.
I don't know.
I don't think they did. I think it was recovery time.
What you would do is you'd do one of two things. You would end up burned alive so no one would find our secrets, or you'd
My secrets?
or
I don't know.
you'd end up in a black site in some foreign country, nursed back to health, and then given just like a brief shore leave.
I mean, I did just watch this.
How good are you at learning languages, by the way? Okay, you got to work on that. That's a pretty important step for
I'm
being
sure
a contract
Ethan will
killer.
teach me. It's fine.
Yeah, some things can't be taught, especially when people are a little
On the
dense.
spectrum?
Yeah.
Dense.
No. Being on the spectrum, everyone's on the spectrum, dude.
Okay, so to be in my defense, like after I was laughing my ass off at her, I was like, no, it's because. Oh man, that might have been worse. Oh no. Wait,
It's because I
what
make
was
fun
her
of people all the
reaction?
time.
she just like.
So you said it's because I make fun of artistic people all the time.
I said it's. I said it's
Oh,
okay.
God.
We're all a little on the spectrum.
So that might not be bad. I mean, it's
Like,
true.
really? I mean,
That's a fair.
And she said,
I don't remember what she said to
"Oh,
that.
goddamn, that sounds
He's
like,
like,
it would have
I
been
can
important
clearly
to
see
remember."
think at that
that is
point-
true for you.
No, I think at that
That is a
point-
truth that you believe.
I think at that point she just laughed and was like, "Well, you're not wrong," and we just moved on because I think we both knew that conversation was not going to go well.
No, not at all.
Everyone's a little on the spectrum. It's
I mean,
fine.
I'm not
It's fine.
wrong.
Some
It's
people
just
are
that-
far one way. Some people. I mean, even Einstein was on the spectrum.
God damn it, dude.
Everyone's on it.
I feel so
Jesus
bad
was
for
too.
you so much.
Jesus was on the spectrum. Do you know why? Because everyone's on it.
Damn, dude. What if Jesus was just really on the spectrum?
He is. Everyone's on the
I
spectrum.
mean, like, really
yes,
high
he's really
up.
on the spectrum because everyone's on the spectrum. That's why it's a spectrum.
No, I mean, what if he was like super
The
retarded?
spectrum does not exclude.
I was baiting you to see if he'd just go that far.
I have no problem saying retarded, dude. I don't know why. I kind of feel bad when I say, well, if, like, when I call you a
I don't say the N word. I
Sometimes
don't say the F word. I don't say the R word. Do you know why?
You have said the F word.
No, I have not.
The R word.
The F word, the one like the German word for bassoon, forgot.
But for what?
The German word for bassoon, forgot. F-A-G-O-T-T, I believe.
I'm just gonna replace
That is the German word for bassoon. If you look in a score, Mahler Symphony, you have your trombones.
Jesus
you
Christ!
have
Can we not talk about
trumpets,
classical
and you have your
music again?
fagotts.
You cuck.
That's a
I'm
real
gonna
thing.
take every time you said that word. I'm gonna take out all the vowels and just replace like Siri saying the letter A. So it just sounds like you.
No, it'd be fa fa a ot fa a
You do it
got.
really poorly. Oh man.
I don't know how Siri says they.
I mean, I might. It sounds fun.
He's just
I
gonna
might try.
He's gonna be lazy and he's just gonna replace him saying
That
it.
sounds like it's gonna be way too much.
And his
work
best
than you-
Tyler impersonation.
I just spend
Every
like
time-
the
every-
next 2 days
I've-
like in front of the mic doing Tyler impersonations.
I've seen you do that before. Every curse word I've ever said on this show has been you replacing it with your Tyler impersonation.
Wait, so you haven't cussed at all?
No, I've
In
never
e-
cussed in my
any of
life.
Podcast.
Have you been? Have you?
No, I haven't.
We
I
have this
haven't.
running bit where Tyler has been like, I think I could be like a completely clean
I
comic.
can.
Then like 5 minutes late, he does a good job.
I can.
For like 5 minutes, he won't curse, and then he'll just say fuck. It'll just slip out, and me and Shay will be like, dude, you just fucking curse. Like you can't do it.
I've never cursed. They put that in there. I that's part of my bit. I say insert the F word here, and then Josh does it, and then I'm like, oh no, I said a bad word. LOL. And then, but the audience never catches on to it because his Tyler impersonation's like spicy. He's
Tyler just
dude.
wants to say the
I have him
N-word.
call my mom for weekly checkups, so I don't have to talk to her. Like that's how good it is. Like,
Tyler just wants to say the N word and not get in trouble for it.
I feel like
never
most,
said it.
Most,
I've
most
actually
people
never said
do,
it.
You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I've never said it.
Like Lil Dicky, he like openly says how he wishes he could use the word but can't, so he doesn't.
I can't. I can't use the word. I'm incapable of saying it. I also can't use any like Texas slang like the YALL. Hate that word.
Y'all?
Or AINT.
Ain't?
Yeah, I can't say those words. I'm not a hillbilly, dude.
Well,
I say use guys.
I'm just a good old.
Use guys.
What's use guys up to?
You also say who's. Who's guys some who's.
Use guys are some hoes.
Use guys are some who's. Are you Frank Reynolds? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, that's I'm from Pennsylvania.
Where was Frank from? Probably Pittsburgh, right?
Where do you think Philadelphia is?
In Pittsburgh.
This show is called named after a city in Pennsylvania.
No, it's named after a city in Pittsburgh, dude.
So I'm going to murder Buddy now and make you watch.
Buddy from Pittsburgh, though, or
That's the only way I feel like he would feel punishment for how he is.
for how he
Yeah, but
is.
then what if he goes all John Wick, man?
That's fine. At least he won't be making these jokes that
Egregious jokes.
egregious jokes. What you said?
These egregious acts of wrongdoing. I've been
Just
watching
a-
a lot of documentaries, dude. It's
Just
weird.
a no good nerve herder.
Funny.
That's what Princess Leia calls Han Solo.
It wasn't funny in the movie either.
It was funny.
No.
Because you know what? Princess Leia could be funny without making curse words.
You know who? You
Well,
know
she
who?
had-
You know who laughs at that?
Huh.
My white Christian Baptist mom who wants to be cool.
He's like, white
That was
Christian Baptist mom.
So emphasized.
I know, right? Dude.
It like slapped me in the
why, I didn't
face.
You're the one who
about
brought up the Grand Wizard like fucking thing earlier. Now I'm a little worried. Is this some ritualistic thing we're gonna do?
I
Like,
mean, I did just rewatch fucking American History.
Oh
God damn,
God.
why do you?
No, I
watch-
didn't actually. I didn't.
He's watched it a stupid amount of times this year, though.
That movie's wild.
I've watched it. Like
Yeah, it was
4
worth
times.
watching once. I was like, oh wow, that's a well-written movie. That's kind of what I got out of it. I mean, and racism's bad.
Yeah.
And fuck Nazis. God damn it.
Yeah, see, you cursed. There you go.
It happened.
That is the first curse word I've ever said.
You caught it this time.
That was my first curse
Where you
word
going at, buddy?
I've ever said. You heard it on air. First bad word.
You're gonna
I
get
was here
called.
for it, people.
You're gonna
You're
get
here. Do you
calls
feel
for your
special?
fucking-
I feel.
I thought something really profound was following that.
No, that's about as profound as I get.
You know what? That was pretty deep. He feels. It's like. It's like.
Beep all that out, but oh my god, that's so true.
It's like I am. And we're like, oh wow, okay. Dude, you're a philosopher right here.
Next, Beethoven.
No, Beethoven wasn't a philosopher.
No, he was
I
like
would say
friends.
Mozart.
He
maybe.
was Socrates' brother, right? Tyler wanted
my
to say
God.
something and
Yeah,
he just
no.
broke.
I
He was
watched
like,
that. There was rage in his eyes.
I always forget that he's on the artistic spectrum. And he's on the part of the artistic spectrum that doesn't know anything about art.
yeah, dude.
Well, we're all on the spectrum.
But we're all on the spectrum.
you know.
We're all a little on art.
Oh man. Oh my god.
Always got to remember, the spectrum doesn't exclude.
Yes.
What
The
is excluded from
anyone
this
can join the spectrum.
Wait, really?
The spectrum wants you.
My mommy tells me I'm not allowed
We
on the
want you
spectrum.
for the U.S. spectrum.
Just say your mommy.
Mommy? Mama?
No.
My mommy?
Okay.
You say my mommy? Wow. His mom is a MILF. I understand where the Oedipus complex comes from. Like, I can understand what he's really like confused when he's jerking off at nights.
Ow.
I think I broke Josh that time.
Yeah,
dude. I got nothing.
You
I
hit a
got
wall.
nothing on that one. I think that's it. I think I'm broken.
But it makes sense. You would if you saw her, you'd understand.
I've never met Josh's mom.
You'd understand why Josh is really confused.
I'm sorry, Josh.
It's understandable,
It
dude.
must be hard.
Before I met her, I was like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. Then I'm like, oh. Oh, I read that Greek play. Okay. They teach us this stuff in high school. That's what we're dealing with here. Got it. Got it. Okay, cool.
Not from Alabama,
It checks
dude.
out. It checks out, guys. It's all right. He's not like a serial killer. He's just really fucking confused.
I'm not from Alabama, dude.
You're not from Alabama. You're like, dude, normal thing. Happens in Greece.
I wonder if it still happens in Greece.
Happened in ancient Greece a lot, okay? Dude, I get it. I've read about it. It's documented. It's understandable.
I mean, we are.
Just wait. One day he's gonna meet this older cougar.
What?
And she's gonna be his sugar mama, and they're gonna fall in love, and then she'll be like, my prophecy said that I'd meet with my only long lost son, and he's just all like, oh, that's weird, and then he'll be like, wait, you never told me I had a kid. She's like, yeah, I had a son, but I haven't talked to him in years. His name was Josh, and he'll be like. But his last name was what? And then they'll say it, and they'll be like, God. And
Do I
then,
finally get to kill myself at that point?
no, you'll stab your eyes out, and then I don't remember. Rip.
Somehow survive.
Yeah, you rip all your clothes off and you stab your eyes out. I think that's all he does.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
yeah. I would hate not to be able to see.
Nah, it's fine.
Nah, that's okay.
You gotta forget the fact that you just did incest like hardcore.
Oh, hey. So,
Oh,
I found out the correct term for,
what?
people like me.
Whoa.
You know,
What?
You couldn't. There's no way you can nonchalantly sneak that
Oh my
in
gosh!
there.
I was like, holy shit, where's he going with
Where
this?
the fuck?
Oh no! And then he winks, and then I'm like, oh god!
There's not enough
Oh, God.
context for
I don't
anybody
know
to
what amount of
understand what you
racist
were
things
trying
about to come out of his
say.
mouth.
It's not racist. It's not racist.
I don't.
It's called intelligently disabled.
Oh.
Is that you? Oh, that's not.
That's what I was told by an SJW that they're supposed to be
Oh,
called.
that's fucking
An
wrong.
SJW?
You know
What
what?
am I
You don't
supposed to
use the
call
word
him?
disabled.
It
You
was
say
odd.
living with intelligence stuff. That's the most PC nonchalant term to say.
That's a lot of shit to say.
Look it up. See if anyone gets upset if you say you're living with intelligence stuff.
Yeah, no, that definitely sounds like something that would anger somebody.
How would that anger anyone?
I don't know.
Look, dude.
I just have a
Dude,
feeling.
man, it's like I get it.
People
Josh
get
is
mad
living
about
with intelligence
everything, man.
stuff, okay? He's living with it, with his intelligence stuff. He's living with his intelligence stuff, all right? That's
the
how
stuff.
PC is that? And you're like,
his
oh.
intelligence stuff.
Now we having a lot of intelligence stuff go, oh, he's like that. But Josh having little intelligence stuff is like, wow, that's really polite.
Whoa, what happened?
I do have intelligence stuff.
I feel as though my intelligence stuff
And I'm living with it.
grew a little bit.
I can't find what we're supposed to call it.
Because you're not supposed to call anything. And like SJWs just get worked over like negative sounding words, so you just don't say them.
The word offends
I mean-
somebody.
Yeah,
I
I
need
mean,
to find an
But
alternate.
it's just around who you're talking
word.
to. If you're talking to your friend,
Developmentally disabled or mentally disabled is what I'm finding.
Good.
I guess they kind of wanted you to
I don't
just.
know.
Like,
you can also
name
just
it,
say
like-
he has Down syndrome, if that's what he
yeah,
has.
that's what I'm saying. I
If
think
they're
that's what
open
they
about
want
it.
you to do.
Disability. Yeah.
Just say, oh, he has autism.
Yeah, I mean, when I introduced people to Josh, I say he has gay.
I
And
have
they're
to
like-
apologize about my friend here. He has the gay.
And he's living with lots of brain stuff. If you know what I mean, wink. And I say wink out loud because Josh never picks up on it because he's got a lot of brain stuff.
Just staring off in the distance. Like, yeah.
Are you one of those people that are cool? Can I say the real word around you? He's retarded.
And I'm that's why I say it so much, because I just want to be that guy that's like, nah, man, the retarded guy that's like, nah, it's cool to say it around me, man. You can say it, dude.
So you can say the R word around me. We're all cool.
The R word.
That's what I call it. That unless we're talking about robots in the derogatory term.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I use
That's
the
all
full
I
thing.
thought of.
There's a
you
lot
know.
of R words.
A lot of R words.
I am inclusive. All lives matter, including robots.
No.
I don't know about robots yet. If we lived in
Robot lives matters because, dude, because of what we talked about earlier, if they take over, we can't stop them. We don't run off of metal and electricity. We run off of bones and squishy stuff. You got to be on their good side, man. Robots, I love you. I will date any one of you.
it's okay, Tyler.
And if it goes
Skynet
further, that's
is
cool.
Not listening.
What?
I said Skynet's not listening. It's okay, Tyler.
If you are listening,
Dude,
I've
Tyler
never
was
done anything
born
wrong to a
before
robot.
that movie came out.
in fact, some of my best friends are robots. I have this one friend, Roberto.
Roberto?
And he is definitely a robot. And
He's
we
a
are
Roberto.
we hang out all the time, and he lets me say the R word around him.
Our word around
Hey man, I don't
town.
think that's how it works.
He lets me hard R, if you know what I'm saying, because we are best friends.
Oh, I just want to point out that Tyler was the one that took it there and not me.
He said hard R. No, you said hard R earlier.
But for
I didn't hard
the
R.
for the robot
No, you
word,
didn't say
he
it.
lets me do the robot word.
When did that movie come out?
The what movie?
Terminator.
Ghost in a Shell. No.
Damn.
What was that other one that Will Smith? No.
Or He Is Legend.
iRobot.
I Am Legend was the one based off a book that they didn't
You're
follow very
thinking of
well.
iRobot.
Oh, yeah.
iRobot, there you go.
Yeah, that one,
iRobot.
yeah.
That's it. That was Will Smith, right? I'm not making this
Yeah,
up.
No,
okay.
that was Will Smith.
I thought I liked it, but I was like a kid when I watched it.
I was a kid.
Maybe I'll rewatch that tonight.
Might rewatch
See if it
that
still
movie.
holds up.
Yeah. Let me know. That's your homework assignment for next podcast.
Okay.
Do Will Smith movies stand up. Watch all of them. And
Okay.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And listen to all of his rap.
I've
What
already
are you guys?
seen the
What are you guys listening to lately? Like,
You know, Slim Shady, the classics.
I've just been listening to that new Vane record
Actually,
over and over because it's so fucking good.
dude, this band from the UK named Orchids.
Orchids?
so
Orchards.
Orchards?
so
I don't know.
Meditations?
Orchards. They just released an album. I've been listening to that a lot. They're
Nice.
really good.
What is it? Is it like math rock?
I've been
it's a
recommended
little
them before.
mathy, like it's like pop
Yeah.
math pop.
Someone's
meth?
recommended them before. They said the same thing. It was really good.
Pop
Yeah,
meth
well,
math
they
rock?
just released the album like a couple days ago,
Nice.
and they had just had a couple singles out before then. But they've been playing a bunch of shows.
Orchids like the
blowing
plant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, okay.
Don't judge me, but I was watching It's Always Sunny. Okay.
Mhm.
And at the very end of the second episode of the new season, they play the song that da-dum, 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 da-dum,
Jaws
bum,
theme.
bum, 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 with the New World Symphony.
Yeah.
While Max getting on the drain and everything. And then I just been listening to Dvorak and Mahler and like Bruckner and shit like that for like.
Yeah, but that's what we expected out of you, you fucking weirdo.
No, I haven't really recently, but
If you had said
but-
anything outside of EDM or
but I
classical
listened-
music,
but I
then we would have
listened-
been surprised.
but this is what I'm ashamed of. I listen to all the Mahler symphonies, which takes an entire days of playtime.
Okay,
Jesus.
so
Yeah, I
That's a
might be a little losing sanity.
You gotta do something about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's normal. He's only like the greatest composer since Beethoven.
Euler, isn't that Trump's lawyer?
Mahler.
Yeah, Mahler, Trump's lawyer.
I've killed people before for less.
I've killed for less.
I've killed for less, Josh.
But you can't kill a retard. I got you there.
And on that note, I quit.
Well, that's it, guys. This was the last Buddy Boys podcast ever. You're hearing it from me, Matt Romero.
Thanks for listening.